Ahoy, crew members! Today's show is a service of our Amazon page. Please remember to shop Amazon, and when you do, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon link on our website. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this show. Thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Obama!
I don't know what's going on. I just press buttons sometimes and things happen. I can't help myself.
It was very froggy here this morning.
I understand. I understand. That was an interesting ding. I'm just, sometimes I open up my machines and I look at them and I see things that I've never played before. And I've never played the frog rivet on this one. And that's probably the last time I ever will. And then I've never played the super long correct ding.
Oh, lingers.
I like that.
Yeah, with
Lingers longer.
Nice decay.
We have a response from the Grease Man. If people think that we don't take these things to heart, when we talked about Doug Track yesterday on the show and that he put his song up that really wasn't a real song, it was just kind of faking it, from the boat of the deck of the Jack Tar, I guess, which is his boat.
Yes.
We reached out, and Rob, I guess you had correspondence with Doug?
Yeah, I wrote him.
Grease Man.
And it's so funny when you see in your messages, you see like actual names, and then it says the Grease Man. And so I wrote to the Grease Man, hey Grease, Rob here from the old WJFK. I now co-host the Mike O'Mara Show, and we reached out to you a couple years ago and you were kind enough to reply. Anyway, we all enjoyed your Damn the Torpedoes video this weekend, and we'd love to invite you to come in as a guest on our show. We are all tremendous fans and we all miss you. So if you could spare a few moments, it would mean the world to us and so many others. You can reply here, blah, 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 blah. And I got a reply this morning at 6:45. Hi, Rob. I am enjoying being under the radar and not doing interviews these days. Hey, all the best to you guys, and good luck with the podcast. Grease.
Okay, so he's
tracking
completely under the radar.
Yeah.
He's
So
enjoying his life. That'd be my life if I had money. I'd love to do that. That's exactly what I do. No, I'm not
You'd be
telling
on
the
the
truth.
Jack Tar?
I have to tell the truth. No, I truly believe that this, and I hate to say this because it falls into the DGH range, and I don't like to do the DGH range, but I really have to say that I really do enjoy doing this. It gives me a purpose in life to do this show. I love it. I really, really do. That and the fact that I have financial obligations and realities that I have to deal with, but I still love doing this. I love this format. When I was doing the morning show after the long run at CBS, and then I got canned by CBS, and I went on The Edge, doing that show never brought me the same kind of joy as doing the podcast. I remember many, many days I'd drive back from that studio just waiting to get to the podcast because this format is, I like the fact that it's condensed.
Yep.
I enjoy that we get on and we can go in any direction. I like that. So I mean I do this regardless. I'd do it for free.
Don't get happy, Mike.
But what if you were aboard the Jack Tar?
From the deck of the Jack Tar. But anyway, so he looks like he's happy, and
he looks good.
That's a good thing. And we reached out, and we
What
were
more
really
can we
looking to
do?
fill that Mickey Coachella spot. We truly were. We were trying to find that.
Well,
Mickey.
he's already done only 2 less podcasts than Mickey this year. So he can
By
catch
the
up
way,
at any time.
let's check in with our residence podcast
Yes.
manager, the man that knows all the answers, the
The
man
Prince.
that reaches out, the man that probably dealt with Mickey Coachella with more hands-on help than he really wanted to. He won't say that, I will. But the fact is he worked very hard going up to Baltimore, getting him squared away. You were kind of in the camp of Mickey doing this, and I was the guy that reached out to Mickey and asked him if he wanted to do a podcast. But you, as soon as he said he wanted to, you dove in. So
Yeah, take
you
advantage,
gotta be
Mike.
a little bummed, I would imagine, Oscar, with this.
Yeah. Look, I like this business, right? But this
Yes.
business, especially working with dynamic,
Turn him up a little bit there, Rob.
especially working with dynamic, just over the top, out of this world personalities. This is par for the course for me. It just is. That some people.
What he's saying, kids, if you're at home, is that you mercurial, difficult diva dicks. I deal with you each and every day, and it's par for the course.
Yeah.
Yes,
So when
something works out, Oscar, it's just a pleasant
when something
surprise.
works out, I'm very happy about it, but I'm
Yes.
banking on it not working out.
Right.
That's the reality.
Right. Yeah,
No.
and I don't really obsess over my brand with this is not an ego thing that we're doing with the More Network. We're actually doing it because we'd like to
We're
get
trying to create content.
a
Right.
bunch of
Build
content
content,
for
yeah.
you people to enjoy that kind of jive with this show and stuff that you'll enjoy.
So, this is from May 28th of this year. Hi, friend. Just checking in. I heard there wasn't a show in some time. Everything cool? Oscar.
Oh, so this you sent to
Yes.
to
Yeah,
Mickey.
yeah.
This is in May.
It's
This is in
May.
May. So this is before the summer.
Response?
And the summer is now over.
Not quite 5 months ago.
Response? Nothing. So, September 8th.
Was
this
this
past September.
A text or an
You
email?
you gave him the entire summer. I think that's very generous.
Yes.
the
Well, I
entire
heard he had a
summer.
battery incident, so I laid off.
Oh, that's right.
He
burned
had a
his leg
battery. He
off.
Yeah.
burned his leg
Yeah,
with
yeah.
an exploding battery, and then he burned the
So,
restaurant.
this September, I wrote...
It's called the Burnt Leg Cafe, I think.
Hey, Mickey, do you have any time to catch up today? I know it's been crazy busy. I just want to touch base with It's Mickey. Let me know. Talk soon, Oscar. That was September 8th. His response? Nothing.
A month ago.
Oh, all
So you
right.
haven't heard anything from him?
No, I've got nothing. And I do need to get equipment from him. That's the God honest truth.
Bottom
But
line.
we've been delaying saying this for the Mickey Coachella show. It's Mickey is no longer on the board.
What?
Take it down, please. Yeah, take it down.
Okay. We'll
Take
have
it
to
down.
change the
That's
promo
it.
schedule.
Oscar, I hope that doesn't jeopardize you getting equipment back.
No.
And I hope, but obviously
It doesn't.
that he gets the
Mickey's a
equipment
good
back
guy.
to
He
you.
totally
He's
he's
Mickey's.
totally
I like
good guy.
Mickey.
Love
I
him.
like Mickey, and he's welcome to come on our
He's
show.
got a lot on his
anytime.
plate. All I
Yeah.
have to. I'm sure if I said, "Hey, I'll be in whatever his hometown is tomorrow," he said, "I'll be there. Just swing by, pick it up. No big deal."
Formal announcement.
Okay.
Mike O'Mara cancels It's Mickey on his own show. Thank you. Thank you very much.
They can't all
That's
be
it.
winners, Mike.
They can't all.
you know, if
look,
this
there's
was an
no
old
point in
movie,
having him
Mike-
up there. There's no point in having his brand up there when he's not doing
True.
any content.
I agree.
So that's all there is. And there's no listen. I understand he had the big explosion with the battery pack
Sure.
from his other business that he had, and I understand that he's had some issues with buying a restaurant. And I understand he's back on the radio, or he was back on the.
No ill will. Honestly,
Is he
really
back
no
on
ill
the
will.
radio?
He's back
Is
on the
he-
radio. He's working for 98 Rock.
Part-time?
Part-time for 98 Rock.
Part-time for 98 Rock. So, and everybody's working part-time for 98
Right.
Rock. So that's a good thing. That so more power to him.
Yeah.
And he's welcome to come back and tell us what's going
I was
on.
a lightning rod on the show.
But I don't think if he's not responding to Oscar Santana, then that's all I need to know, and that's really what we need. To
Maybe
know.
the exploding vape thing wrecked his phone, and he can't reply. Maybe it blew up his
But
phone.
I'm not petty. I'm not petty,
No,
and I'm
no,
not
no.
bitter. How soon can you take that off the goddamn network, Tony? How soon can you get that artwork off more right?
He's doing it right now.
Yeah, I
He's
can
doing
have it
right
off
now.
by
There you
the
go.
end of the hour.
Yeah.
Not petty, not petty. No, I swear to God, do not think that this is bitter, but it is something where, now there's an opening for a show, whoa. And,
Yes.
that's not true either. We get the
Yeah,
shows.
like
when
there's a finite number of
Yeah,
slots.
really.
Mike, we have to fill Thursdays at 8:30.
But in a way, Rob, there are a finite number of slots because the fact is I don't want to put a million things up there.
No,
I
no.
want it
It's
to be
gotta be
something
good.
that goes along. Like Tony Perkins, it's
Yeah,
delightful.
quality.
And Cake and Cookies,
And they slay.
Robin Joe, and Omericast.
And
They're fun
RoFo on the
shows.
go.
And RoFo on the go.
Our new travelogue show.
I just sent him my demo.
Letting me know something I didn't know about? Oh
Yeah, where
my
he just
God.
visits different watering holes in Manassas.
Yeah.
That's very, very exciting. Yes.
And
the
his,
RoFo show.
and his signature opening question, what kind of people do you hate?
Let me ask you this. Hey, Rob Ford.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. You're a guy that seems to like the spotlight. You get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I do.
You ever thought about doing your own RoFo show?
I have.
Really?
Oh,
I
well, go
have.
ahead, pitch, my friend, pitch.
Yeah.
Go, baby.
This is the
Yeah,
chance
go
that
ahead.
things are happening very quickly.
Give us
on
your
the
Oh
elevator
Monday
wow,
Night
wow. Well, I would do.
Okay,
I would
that's
do-
it.
oh,
Sorry,
man.
time's up. That's all you got. That's all you got, pal.
Shoot.
Put more. Hey, we'll check back in you 6 months. We'll check back.
Well,
in
thank you.
and see,
Put it back
RoFo,
in
you,
development.
you have to always be
Thanks.
prepared.
I know. Caught me off guard. Jeez.
Always be prepared. That's it. And everything else is fine with the More Network.
Just
Everything's
fine.
solid. It's really. I really want to say, and this comes from me, and obviously, I'm the guy that the buck stops with me. And let me just say that as far as the More Network is concerned, ladies and gentlemen, everything is really, really okay.
Oh, good.
Okay? Let's start the show, Robert.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Right. Let's do the math. Our service mission here was supposed to last 31 souls. For redundancy, they sent 68 souls worth of food. That's for 6 people. So for just me, that's going to last 300 souls, which I figure I can stretch to 400 if I ration. So I got to figure out a way to grow 3 years worth of food here on a planet where nothing grows. Luckily, I'm a botanist. Mars will come to fear my botany powers.
Well, why don't we just ask Lewis? Let's get on Capcom and ask her directly right now.
No. If Watney is really alive, we don't want the Ares 3 crew to know.
How can you not tell them?
They have another 10 months on their trip home.
I'm sorry, but you have not thought this through. I mean, what are we going to say?
He's 50 million miles away from home. He thinks he's totally alone. He thinks we gave up on him. I mean, what does that do to a man psychologically? What the hell is he thinking right now?
I'm definitely gonna die up here if I have to listen to any more god-awful disco music.
My God, Commander Lewis, couldn't you have packed anything from this century?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
We are coming to you live from the Cappy Pfeiffer studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are on the air and online worldwide. The Mike O'Mara Show, a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you're here, you do too. Our show today brought to you by SeatGeek. Remember them, folks?
Oh, yeah, good folks.
Yeah, the NFL season is in full swing, and SeatGeek is the place to get tickets to this week's game. Our listeners can use our promo code TMOS on the SeatGeek app and get a $20 rebate off their first SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek does tons of things that other ticketing sites don't. SeatGeek pulls in ticket options from hundreds of online ticket sellers to create a one-stop shop for tickets. You'll see virtually every ticket option on one page. No need to go anywhere else. SeatGeek also has a technology called Deal Score that I love. It's my favorite part of SeatGeek, by the way. It calculates the value of every ticket. It ranks them from 1 to 100. Then, if you can't figure numbers out, it color codes them so you can tell at a glance, which I needed because I'm not good at numbers. It shows you by color code the best ticket value. Finally, the SeatGeek mobile app makes the ticket buying process seamless and easy. No more typing in squiggly letters that you can't read. On SeatGeek, you only need 2 quick taps, and there is no faster way to buy tickets. To redeem your promo code and save $20 on tickets, just download the free SeatGeek app today and enter the code TMOS in the app. Then SeatGeek will send you $20 when you make your first SeatGeek purchase, and every ticket on SeatGeek is backed by a 100% guarantee. So download that free SeatGeek app and use the code TMOS. Do it today.
Awesome.
Well, welcome. The age-old question, ladies and gentlemen, that I think about more than I probably should. What motivates Rob Spiewak? Rob,
How do you mean?
Just you come in and do a fine job with your program, and you pop in here, and then you go off and you have relationships, show relationships. And so,
Sure.
For example, last week, Steve Soberoff Bridges from KCJJ
Yes.
in Iowa began to reach out to me and asked me if I could, maybe it's the week before too, if I could come on the show. I said, yeah, let's do it. And then I forget. And then sometimes he calls and it's a bad time and I don't get on there. Finally made contact today. We had lots of back and forth emails, including one that said, something along the lines of, I'm going to be in D.C. next week. And I said, I'm going to be in D.C. next week. I said, have you come by the studio? I said, reach out to Rob and come by the studio. We'd love to get you in on the studio. So today I'm on Steve's show. He calls me this morning, and I do a nice little segment on the Captain Steve and whoever the other guy is.
The new news guy. No,
Tommy.
it's not Tommy anymore.
No, it's not Tommy anymore. And so, But Tommy's back on KCJJ with his new liver.
Oh, yes.
Right? Tommy's
show is
on
called
with his new liver.
Hey Lang, I think it's called.
Hey Lang, what's he come on at like 11? He doesn't come in. They're trying not to tax him.
Right on.
You know, and so he's got the big Santa Claus guy that's working with him now. Steve
I think it's
Bridges,
Jim.
Kringle.
Jim is his
Jim,
name.
whatever. Jim. I got the distinct impression that Jim, that I was horning it, even though Steve called me. I got the distinct impression that this Jim guy, first of all, he didn't say 2 words to me during the entire segment. He might have laughed a little bit, but then I listened. You know how you watch it on Ustream and then you hang up and you get that 10 seconds, 15 seconds
to see what happens.
So you just see what they're going to say. Nothing.
Really?
Normally they'll do a little follow-up and stuff. No, this guy's kind of alluding, and I might be totally paranoid about this, but he was kind of alluding to the fact that they didn't get to do his news.
Oh, you got
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, we know
That's
what that
what I am
feels
thinking.
like.
Now, with that said, if we can find out the answers to this when Steve comes to Washington, because I've invited Steve to come on the show a week from yesterday, next Monday, to come by, and I said, reach out to Rob. He said, well, I'm having dinner with Rob on Saturday, and I went, of course you are.
See, now here, this is not fair.
You are coming
This
to
is
town.
not fair.
Nobody let me know that Steve Bridges,
I
our
didn't know.
lone affiliate guy,
Yeah.
is. No,
Weeks
you
ago,
of course you
Our
didn't
one
know.
partner.
Weeks ago,
He knows.
Steve,
It's the same reason he calls Cappy every night of the week, and we never know anything about it.
Steve called
people that are
me.
important to us, to the show, is as soon as they have a relationship with Rob Spiewak, it is his.
No.
You
are misrepresenting this. What happened?
I'm ready
is
for
this.
counterpoint.
What happened is this: is several weeks ago, Steve called me. Are you quite all right? Are you having a seizure?
Oh, no.
What happened there? Mike just spit water
Get
all
the
over
paddles.
Oh my God! I gotta get a towel.
Okay.
There goes the board.
No, have you
I
ever?
haven't done the Irwin call.
Have you ever had a thing that you agree to because it's weeks down the road?
Of course.
And you
Story
just
of my life.
and you think it's never going to happen?
When stuff comes up on my calendar,
Yes.
and I look at it, and I was like, where did that happen?
Yeah. It's like, all I know is I even remember when Steve called me. He says, "I'm coming into town on," and he said like on the 7th.
Yeah.
And I said the 7th of what month? He just wasn't even specific.
He's so
about
matter of fact about it too.
Yeah. So yeah, he called me and
Son, you're gonna make time for me.
and he said, and I think he's coming into town with his brothers.
All right, I haven't heard. I brought this up, and I haven't heard any of this.
Are they
explanation.
coming into town for the Maryland game?
No, they're not coming into town. I don't
No,
know.
he's got like this long lost brother that he never knew. It's this weird.
Yeah, he's got his.
convoluted
It's
thing.
a
I don't know
German
what's
brother,
going on.
right? He's meeting his brothers here.
For the first time?
You know all of it. You know everything.
No, he's got a German
You
brother.
talked to him.
This
You
I
had
know.
Dinner with him.
But he called me and he said, "I'm coming into town on the 7th or whenever the date was." I said, "7th of what month?" He said, "October." It was weeks away. I said, "Do you want to get together?" No, he said, "Will you get together with us and drive us around D.C. and show us the sights?"
Oh.
And I said, "No better person to drive around the district than me."
Oh, they don't
because
know.
I
You're Mr.
love
DC.
it.
You don't get out of Leesburg.
And
That's
so I
the way
said,
that
"Yeah,
goes.
I'll do it." And I
Why
said,
in that all of those discussions with Steve Bridges?
all discuss. It was one phone call. It was one phone call,
But
and I had
during
totally
your
forgotten
discussion,
about it.
You didn't you work on this show. You can bring. He's our lone affiliate in Iowa.
Mike,
I just
hand
thought I
to
might have heard
God,
something clicking. I'm really paranoid. I really did a spit take.
hand to God, I hadn't thought about it until he called me this morning on my ride into work and reminded me it was this Saturday.
That's the key, though. See, it's just everything. Everything feeds the mothership. You have to think in those terms.
where-
And
you
also-
always have to think about the mothership, and you never think about the mothership.
Also, Mike, I was thinking about the mothership. I wasn't sure you'd want him in studio.
You know what?
Are you kidding me? Those
He's
puppets
a
live?
He's a
Come
character.
on.
He is a character.
To have him on our turf where we can control him, he'll be.
But I
we'll
also
be
know the
disciplined.
way
And
you are.
I told him I'd throw him out if he got.
Can you pull
too
some
much.
Canon video so we could actually recreate what he does in the studio
Have
here?
him watch Cannon on studio? Sure, we can do that. But honestly, when I thought about him here, I said I could invite him in, but what I didn't think of
Are you
is
embarrassed by Steve?
no,
you
not
shouldn't
at all.
be. Steve is a good
no,
guy.
he's a great man.
He's a
Mike.
kind man.
Man of God.
Don't be embarrassed by
I'll
your
have him on the
friends.
show. I wouldn't want to have him up here to Maine.
That's you see.
I wouldn't want him around my family.
How dare you?
No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm making a joke. I'd say the same thing to Steve. I bust Steve's chops all the time.
But what
the
I was
we
thinking,
talked
Mike-
about it today. I said when he brought up, well, I'm having dinner with Rob Saturday. I said, of course you are.
It might be
And
closer to
I wouldn't
lunch.
even know. I wouldn't even know that anything's going on because when Rob goes off and does these things, and I never hear what's going on, even though it's directly related to the show.
I hadn't thought of it until this morning when he called me.
You haven't.
I hadn't.
That's normal.
But
that's normal for you. That's what you do. That's what, like, for example, with you'll go see concerts 500 times and never think maybe take a tape recorder and get some audio from one of these concerts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. The mothership. I'm talking about the mothership here. You know,
the man wears a sweatshirt and cargo shorts to work. You think he's thinking about the mothership?
No, he's not thinking about the mothership.
No.
God bless
but
him.
Steve Bridges is,
when I did not invite Steve in, I was tending to think of the way you are with Steve at the end of an interview, not the beginning. And I didn't want it to be, an awkward thing.
What about Stevie Wonder?
Well, he could come in if he could find the place.
I send over the weekend, and I rarely send out videos to you guys. I send Rob a funny little video that I sent along to him on Saturday night, and I realized he was at his concert, but he looked at it. He looked at it at 8:25 on Saturday night. Do you know when I got a response back? A 3-word response, something like funny blank blank.
Yeah.
That's what it was. 7:49 the next night. 24
this
hours
is
later, he responds.
Your feelings are hurt.
This is the second day you brought that up.
Your feelings
got
are hurt.
To let that go.
But Mike, you have to admit,
but it's just
Facebook
messaging.
Man. Facebook messaging is not your most urgent way of communicating. And I mean, you would.
Are you putting this on Mike?
It's
no,
like,
I'm not putting it on Mike.
Yes,
I'm not putting it on Mike at all.
He's putting it on. He is putting it on.
No, I'll put it on myself. The way I do Facebook messaging is about I'll glance it if it pops
figuring
up.
out. By the way, you ought to publish a novel, or you ought to publish a book with the way you communicate on different platforms because it's so complicated. You are the most difficult person to communicate with on this show.
Facebook messaging.
I don't know about that.
After 6 o'clock, don't that? Well, who would be before that?
I think that would be me.
Okay, well, see, there's your guy right
Yeah.
there. He's throwing himself.
Don't
under
feel
the
too
bus.
bad.
I don't feel that bad. Be proud, though.
That's true.
But the thing about Facebook messaging is that it is so full of birthday stuff and things like that happens for the mailbag. I tend to go through it.
Yeah, but you saw it.
I saw it. I did.
Why
You
didn't you
saw it
respond
at
to your
8:25,
pal?
and you totally went.
Yeah,
because I was at a concert.
You blew him off.
I know, but you were at a, but you weren't so busy. I was stunned that you saw it, and that's the thing about Facebook. You see, that's how we know you did.
Timestamp
looked
that
at
bitch.
It.
Yeah,
you looked.
Well, I will timestamp.
There's a
that bitch.
timestamp on that bitch.
Well, you know what? I will be more courteous in the
one
future.
day, 24 hours later, I get a little comment. A little throwaway comment.
Because he was doing Monday's birthdays, and he saw, I hadn't responded to Mike
he's
yet.
sending 7,000 birthdays out to people.
No. You're confusing what I said with
birthdays. His old buddy Mike
birthdays.
that decides he'd send an olive branch out to Rob, even though there wasn't no need for
There's no
an
olive branch.
Well, I've been yelling at you a lot this year.
We're
I yell at
fighting?
you a lot, so I mean,
No.
when I yell at
But
you a lot,
when
thought
I
it would
talk
be-
about doing birthdays, I'm talking about the birthday requests coming in for the Wednesday mailbag.
No, I'm talking about the people that you say have a boss birthday.
Yeah.
To every stranger that you don't even know.
Right.
No matter, they could be a serial killer, and they got to have a boss birthday.
Oh,
from
no, serial
The guy
killers?
you work with every single day sends a funny monkey video about Penguin getting ice cream on his bill.
And FMV?
And you don't send, and you wait 24, and I think the 24-hour message was grudgingly. I think it was work. I think it was just like, it wasn't joy. It was work.
I loved it. I
just,
watched the whole thing. I can tell you the whole joke again.
It's an easy joke.
Rob,
it's just the fact that the monkeys are telling the joke, and the monkey reaction is
the
what
one
makes it
thing
funny.
I've learned about Mike
Yes.
is that he is a needy man.
I've never known this,
that
but
if he writes you better write back.
I have an idea for a new T-shirt.
Yes.
And this is for, it doesn't have to just be for me, although I would be the motivation for it. I would be the catalyst for this. Mr. Needy.
Mr.
Needy. That's what. Please send. Let's make up T-shirts that say Mr. Needy and simple design, minimal design, Mr. Needy, and I will wear a Mr. Needy because I caught to that. I know that I'm needy.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize.
They'll be big in old folks' homes.
And if I had thought of it, you see,
I can give them to everybody down in Cocoonville.
Oh, yeah.
Is it an arrow point? I'm with Mr. Needy?
Yes.
Oh, for the wife, Carla. I'm with Mr. Needy. You can get 2 sets.
Yeah.
You can get the Mr.
His and
Needy
her.
T-shirt.
His and her.
I'm with Mr. Needy.
You have to respond to him in a timely manner, even if it's like I'm in the middle of something right now. I'll circle back.
All right,
you have
I like
to respond.
that. I like that. I hate it when. And Rob, you are
Now you have to admit,
possible. I mean, you had to do a 6 hour test to make sure you were responding to group texts, because that went 6 months where you weren't receiving group texts or yours weren't being received.
However, we got it fixed, and you know what? I am now, because of you guys, sleeping with my phone on my nightstand, and I keep it. And you know
what? Which, by the way, outside of work, what is the optimal way to get an immediate response from you?
Actually,
I still have not figured it out.
I think texting right now is probably the best, or call my home.
If I tap on the microphone, you can hear the chainsaw. Hold on a second. Let's see.
I don't hear anything, Mike.
No, he stopped now. Thank you.
Why is there a chainsaw in your backyard?
Doesn't the lumberjack know how needy you are?
They chopped down a tree in the backyard. They chopped down a tree.
Got it.
It's a dangerous tree that was near the baby's room. So that's why
I'm trying to be more communicative, and I am responding to text. My phone is now perfectly set up to receive and send group texts.
You are communicative to.
I hear it now.
Yeah,
I do hear it. Yeah.
Let me turn the mic up. Hold on a second. Here we go.
That's Maine living up there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? Yeah, the sound of timber.
Timber.
Yeah, cutting some timber. There you go. She's sharp.
Timber
Bring it
Tina.
down. Yeah, little Peter. But anyway,
what?
No, I mean it's incredibly frustrating. It is always frustrating. It's just I sit there and I go, hey, this will be funny. And it's like, and then I realize that I'm going to 12 movies and going to a TV show and going to it's whatever.
The one weekend you decide to reach out, he's actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah. I mean, but also, even with doing so, I'm not concerned about the doing. I did not expect a response immediately.
It's okay.
What I was surprised at was 24 hours later, after it had been looked at.
That's the burn right there.
All right. You know what? I must be more immediate.
All it was a little video sent purely out of friendship,
out of joy. You didn't want anything. You didn't want anything at all.
I
got
he
my
wanted
cousin,
a response.
you know how apparently.
A buddy of mine gave me this, who will go nameless, but I'm fond of this gentleman, and he and I have the same sense of humor, and I thought Rob would have the same sense of humor. But you didn't basically think it was all that funny. Would that be accurate? I mean, it really,
Mike,
it wasn't your cup of tea, right?
It was also sort of an older video.
Yeah,
I'd seen it before.
Well, obviously
everybody had seen it.
Yeah, but it's good. I think what I said is I made a reference to it was like a turbo nuclear Lancelot Link. It looked like Lancelot Link brought into this century.
Didn't you want to write back though? Thanks for getting in the time machine and sending this to me.
No. You know what?
I would have.
I can never
that would have been.
anyone.
That would have been a bad judgment, because that really would have.
Have you ever seen this video? Charlie bit my finger.
I never begrudge anyone an old
like
joke.
Lance Link on steroids. I love it. You'd seen it a million times, correct?
Yeah, I had.
Seen it a million times.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought I replied. I mean, it's good stuff. It's
Thanks
monkeys.
for the
How do you
time.
not like it?
Thanks for the timely comedy, Mike.
But let me just say this. See, I did post it, didn't I? I posted it. I now see I'm that guy. I'm that guy that posted
What do you mean?
something.
Oh, you actually
I'm the guy
posted
that
it?
posted something that's been posted 5 million times.
But that's okay.
I'm the guy that did that. I'm the idiot that did that.
It's okay. I'm never going to begrudge anyone for posting something that's older, like an
by
old
the way,
joke. If
okay,
it's funny,
just
it's funny.
Facebookers, okay. I want hear this louder than you have heard anything in your life, okay? I have seen the Danish hawk video being hit by the truck. I don't need to see it anymore. I know this is one. I have no idea how long it's been circulating, but maybe it's new. And if it's new, I'm going to see it more than I see Animal playing the drums with Buddy Rich. And if you continue to do that, I'm going to unfriend you, please. I've seen it once. Please don't send me it again. Please do not send me the Danish hawk video getting hit by the car.
Where do you weigh in, Mike, on the meme of the Florida biker bar that has the rascal scooters out in front?
That might be the record holder. The Florida Biker Bar, personal messages put on my page. Probably there was a time it was put on my page 3 times a week.
Yep.
And I get tired of that as well.
Hey, while we're requesting things, can I request something?
Of course.
Yes.
Can listener Derek Flores from Zappos in Las Vegas send me a private message, please? I'd like to talk to him. Appreciate
you,
that.
little devil. I remember that guy. That's the guy. That's the connected guy with Zappos. What are you getting for free?
I'm not getting anything for free.
What are you getting a great deal on? I know how you work, Santana.
No, I have an assignment to profile the company Zappos, and I'd like an inside look at the company.
All right.
Is that okay? and maybe a discount on a Nicole Miller.
Yeah. And to be fair, Mike, he was the least funny of the Marx Brothers. So, I mean, it's really no big deal. Zappo.
They have big shoes. Hey, it's TV night in Maine. We'll tell you all about that when we come back right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls. I'm Tony Perkins.
I'm Gary Stein.
On this week's episode of the show, the worst named products ever. Gary, did you know in England a fine delicacy that you can get for £2.50? Smelly balls.
I think you can get that here in America for free.
Also on the show, the two-man march update. Check it out, TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe on iTunes and download the new Tony Perkins Show app.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Listen up, nut munchers. Why settle for small nuts at the grocery store when you can have big, beautiful nuts from nuts.com? We have our nuts today. What do we have, Oscar Santana?
Cashews. Big, bold, beautiful cashews.
So
the
beautiful.
biggest bag of cashews you'll ever receive, and nuts.com does it right.
Oh, they're
We
so
love it.
good.
Nuts.com, the simple and convenient way to have nutritious, delicious, healthy nuts and other treats. They've got over 3,000 snacks from all around the world delivered straight to your door. I love the website. Great pictures, easy to navigate, easy to search. Ordering is a breeze. They ship fast, and the snacks are so delicious. Nuts.com. We mentioned it before. More than just nuts. We've got dried fruits, sweet treats, cooking and baking goods, coffees, teas, all sorts of great stuff. Nuts.com. Big, salty, sweet, whatever kind you like to munch on. Let them take care of you and your taste buds. Right now, new customers get 4 free samples. Choose from over 50 options. That's a $15 value when you go to nuts.com and use the code TMOS. That's nuts.com and the code TMOS for 4 free samples with your order. Minimum purchase required. Thank you, nuts.com. We love them. They're all over the O'Mara household.
The best.
They really are. They're
100%
delicious.
great.
Welcome back to the show. Big night up here. I must say, I'm a little nervous about the fact that I'm going to be on their news magazine, the Maine, Portland, and Bangor TV station. And I think I'm not sure how this works, but the way I get it is that the Portland station is up here too. They simulcast.
Yes.
I think
they've got like a repeater.
I'm not sure how it works, but
Well, no, it's probably a magazine program that is put on multiple stations.
Yeah, like the old PM magazine.
Yes.
Let me see, Bangor.
Or Captain 20.
No, well,
Right,
Captain 20 that was only on 20 because.
What about Captain Chesapeake?
Captain Chesapeake only on Channel 45, and of course Nessie the Sea Monster.
What about Heathcliff?
I hated that bitch.
Heathcliff the cat?
Yeah.
It was a cartoon. It was a cartoon based on the comic strip.
It is
You are
WLBZ.
weird.
WLBZ2.
What's wrong with Heathcliff?
All right, so
was great.
that's what it is. All right, it's
the
that's the
girlfriend
station
on
in
skates.
Bangor for
Oh,
local
yeah.
Maine news.
Now, do you
thing
take
for
the
her.
cable up there? Do you have the satellite, or do you use
I
an
got
antenna?
the satellite. So let me see Portland too. I'll see if it's the same station.
You ever watch the Heathcliff cartoons, Mike?
No, I don't.
I'm more of a
care
Top
for
Cat guy myself.
I used to remember Top Cat. That's,
Hey, you know what? He's the tip. He's the top. He's the championship. He's the most tip top. Top Cat.
Top Cat.
Top Cat. Yeah, he was based on Phil Silvers. Did you know that? It was based. Top Cat was based on. The
I don't
old
know
Bill
Top
Cosby.
Cat.
Oh, you
Or
are
Phil
so-
Silvers.
Or I'm on the wrong planet. I swear to Christ.
Yeah, Phil Silvers.
Phil
you
Silvers.
know.
You know Phil Silvers, Sergeant Bilko. Anything?
No.
Nothing?
I assume
No,
that
sorry.
the one up here is
Sounds fun.
2, and the one down in Portland is Channel 6.
Yeah, the 2 and 6.
WCSH 6 and WLBZ 2.
Top Cat.
The most effectual Top
Trying
Cat.
to promote my TV appearance, and you're playing Top Cat.
We were padding.
We're
you were
padding because you're
researching.
trying to figure out what
Yeah.
you're going to do.
So
yeah.
that's what it WCA.
So it's Channel 8 in Boston?
No, it's
No!
not.
It's Channel 2 in Bangor, Maine. It's a Maine thing that I'm on tonight.
Now, do they run it at the same time, or do they sort of stagger it?
I don't know because I'm not down in Portland, so I don't know what.
Oh, you know what we got to
what the
do?
deal
We
is.
got to do this. We got to check our local listings.
Ah.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure that the website will put it on because they love doing that.
Yeah.
You know, they put the
A
clips
web
online.
series?
Sure.
Web
sure.
traffic.
Well,
Yeah.
here it is on the Portland station, Channel 6. So it's on Channel 2 and Channel 6. I know that for.
You're
going to
gather around the television?
Yeah. Pop some popcorn.
Well, I'm excited about it because
should.
I don't know how. I was relaxed, and that always worries me because when I'm sitting like that, I look a little pendulated. You know what I mean? With my
Well, I
gut
saw a
hanging out there.
photograph of you with the was his name Rob Caldwell? Was that the
Rob
interviewer?
Caldwell. Rob Caldwell. Is
You
the,
both looked
the
great,
interviewer.
and as long as they don't do like a smear piece on you.
Yeah, smear
they're not
campaign.
going to do that. They have a lot of music on. They have a lot of bands that come on there. So I think it's. Didn't he send us an email that said it's tonight? Right, it's tonight.
Yes.
And didn't they say 2 nights?
I
maybe?
thought it was
They're gonna
tonight
be
and tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought it was a 2-night
So I
piece.
think that's it. If I'm wrong about this, I got excited for nothing, and I'm sure it will be. They've got a website too. They both Channel 6 and Channel 2. So I'm very excited to be seeing.
It would be
this. It should
nice if somebody was actually watching it live and then took screen caps and sent it to us.
Or and then
Right?
also
Yeah,
put it
that
on
would be nice.
Facebook
Put
and
on
give us
Facebook.
live
Share.
coverage. Sure.
Share.
You mean from up there?
Yes,
From up in
yes,
Maine.
yeah.
Well, they've also got the website, so I think that
Yeah,
they'll.
but if
you'll be able
you're
to see it.
for our Portland contingent, if you're watching it live, take a picture and send it in.
See,
Send
I
it
should
to
do
put it
that
on
because I'll
Facebook.
be watching it live. I
Yeah,
can watch
but
it live up here.
you're the subject matter of the piece. You're too big to do that.
Thank you.
You want
no,
you want your
thanks
minions
for covering
to
the
do
fact that I
that.
really don't know how to do it. So.
No.
Speaking of that, RoFo, are you ready for my tutorial next week? Because I need to learn how to do. Rob's going to do the DAT tutorial with me, the digital audio tape recorder, and you're going to do the video editing. I want to do it as simply as possible, and hopefully, if you're sitting next to me, we can knock that out in an hour, and I can do that once and for all, and become the next Jenna Marbles.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
that's what I'm
And
shooting.
if you have some raw footage already, if you want to send that to me, I can get a concept ready to go, and then
Well, no,
pick a concept, and then I'll show you how to do
I
it.
really want to do, RoFo, I really want to do it from scratch because I want to just be sitting next to you, and I want to really learn how to do it.
He doesn't know how to hit record.
Oh, okay.
I actually have
step one.
Okay.
I actually have raw footage.
Turn on the
I actually
computer.
do.
You do have raw footage?
Oh, you do have raw footage.
Yeah.
I have raw footage.
No
in,
chance
Hold
he has
on,
raw
I'm going to
footage.
surprise.
No chance.
I'm going to surprise Oscar. Right
When you
now.
have your tutorial, do you want to do it in the studio or do you want to do it in your hotel room?
Yeah.
We got at my place.
RoFo. Making jokes. Let me open my iMovie app right here.
Where are you living these days, RoFo?
Yeah, Rob, where are you?
I'm in Falls Church right now, but I'm looking for a new place. I have to be in a new place by November 1st.
All right, ladies, listen up.
yeah.
I'll exchange rent for service.
Oh, you do. I take everything back.
Bite
Look
me,
at that.
Santana.
Look
Look
at that.
at that.
And look, we see the different faces of Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
So that's,
good.
And
Very
I
cool.
take it all back.
No, what
He's got
all-
raw
and
footage,
that's-
RoFo.
That's great.
Yes.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Is just, but I want to be able to do the quick edits together. And unfortunately, it is not a super simple process, at least for me. And so many people do this that I think this will be.
You
a
can
nice
do it, Mike.
I think it's going to
companion
come to you.
piece to the show.
I think it's going to
You're
come
gonna
to you
love it.
very quickly.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And you're using iMovie, right?
Right
Do you
now,
need to
I'm
clear
using,
your throat,
Are you
son?
okay?
Yeah, what the?
I'm fine.
Did you just
I'm
eat
fine.
an eclair or
What
something?
happened?
What's
Are
going
you
on?
trying to do a new voice?
No.
I was wondering if iMovie you are using.
That sounds like The Martian.
That's what it sounded like.
I was about to say that it's very intuitive.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, there you go. Broadcasting voice. Look
Yeah,
at
it's
that.
very intuitive, just like clearing your throat before speaking. You
So
just go
there.
with your gut. That's what you
The first thing I want to do is I want to clear everything because I cannot stand
Oh,
what I
your
have
history?
on there.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
mucked it all up.
I
You
bet.
don't like what you've done?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not doing anything. I was just simply putting examples, like I'm going yang, 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 like that, just trying to get pieces that I
got
can
it.
edit together.
Got it.
But once I'm ready to go and I can focus on the content, that's when the wisdom is just going to explode.
Mike, you're
He's
the
exploring the
creative
space.
genius.
I
Yes,
feel
yes.
it would be a tremendous mistake to delete anything.
Uh-huh.
Because you always have a use for something. Keep it and archive it. I have
Well,
all the audio we've
No,
ever
you
used
don't
on the show.
understand, though. There's nothing to archive. It is.
If you have
test
video of you going yang, 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 yang,
Yeah, I want to see it.
that's
Mike,
strong.
it's like finding Jim Henson's first sketches.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You see if-
Jim Henson's first sketches. When I was in the basement of WRC and I said, Rob Ford, look at this. And he said, those look great.
All right, let me see if
Would he ever sketch? Maybe.
Well,
if
yeah,
he
he
was
probably
figuring out
drew.
the
Well,
puppets.
when you said sketch, I thought you meant like his, like, sketch.
Like a routine.
Yeah.
No, I was
Oh, like
drawings.
drawings
of what the puppets are going to look
Well,
like.
sure, you have
yeah.
to draw it before you
Mm.
sew
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, of course. Don't be an idiot.
Draw
I found
before you
everything. Would
sew
you like
it.
to hear it?
Yes.
I found this is
Okay.
all of my raw tape. I
All right,
swear
listen
to
up,
God.
folks.
Here we go. I'll play it for you now.
All right.
That's it. That's all I
That
have.
is
That's
Bravo.
genius,
Thanks for
though.
the applause.
That
I
is
really appreciate
genius.
that. Yeah, right.
You're questioning
Yes, it
why
is.
you're trying. why you're doing.
Yeah, it's going viral
It's
right
your
now.
process.
Even as we
going
speak.
viral.
It's your process,
No, but
Mike.
I am very optimistic about, as we have discussed many times, that this show has a certain rhythm to it, and it has some stuff we put on it. There are other things I have to say, and I actually want to have an outlet to do that, and I think it could be interesting. And really, if you're a fan of real rage, this is something that might be really special for you, you know. But I'm going to be funny too. It's going to be a lot about old people and you know, and moments that
Do
I have.
you think that the rage will multiply since you are going to learn this process transitioning from Maine to Florida? Do you think that the Florida arrival will help foster the rage?
If I can nail this down and
you
put
will
these videos together and do them prolifically, and do that when I get down to Florida, it's going to be great. I think I'm very, very excited about it. And I will commit to all of the listeners that I will blast out a weekly one of these if I get this system working. If it's not working and I can't figure it out, I'm not making any predictions. But if I can knock these out, and I think there's got to be a system. And RoFo, how skilled are you at being a teacher for this type of stuff?
Well, my bachelor's degree is in education, so I'd like to think pretty good.
Wow.
Okay, and what about the video production end of things here?
I've been learning on the fly. I've been brushing up on my iMovie, and I will be ready to teach you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. That's ladies and gentlemen, that's the way you answer that question. I'm looking forward to nothing from the peanut gallery.
No.
Nothing snarky. See, nothing snarky because he answered it perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, what are we
You're going
supposed
to
to say?
get ready for one hell of a pupil.
Oh, yeah,
You're
that's
going to
great.
do great. And you know
yeah,
what?
that's right, because I'm so scary.
Remember, when
it's
he
gonna be
turns
good.
green, that's when you step outside for a break.
Okay, yeah.
Get ready for the new movie on iMovie. It's called Mr. Rob Ford's Opus. And it's going to teach you everything.
The first movie will probably be RoFo teaching me technology. You know?
Oh,
smart.
That's pretty good.
Genius.
Rob Ford's topless technology.
Very meta.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Welcome back. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking fantasy football. We have a new King of the Mountain.
Yes.
This is very exciting. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Meara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Meara Show. Take it from me, FanDuel makes every single game more exciting. If you love football, you've got to try FanDuel. FanDuel.com, the trusted leader in one-week fantasy football. The money is real. FanDuel expects to pay out $2 billion.
What?
That's a big $2 billion this year. I am not exaggerating. It's so easy. Just pick your players, stay under the salary cap, and sit back on Sunday and watch your team win. And entries start at just $1. Finally, it can pay to be a fan. Finally, when you do it on your own. I shouldn't be biting the hand of the man that's going to be helping with my video production, but now that I've jettisoned him from my management team for my football, things have begun to really happen for me.
Yes, starting to click.
During week 3 this season, Ben from Illinois turned $5 into $10,000 during his first month on FanDuel. Join Ben and over 1 million others who have already won money on FanDuel. Anyone can play. We all do. And you can compete against Mike, Rob, and Oscar by going to FanDuel.com/TMOS. $5 buys a lot of fun. Just go to FanDuel.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use our code TMOS and sign up now. Special offer for new users. For every $1 you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200 that gets earned as you play. That's a bonus of up to $200. The offer is only good for the first 50 people that use the code TMOS. Remember to enter TMOS at FANDUEL.com. FanDuel, where every day is a new season. Sign up today. And speaking of fantasy. Do we have
I have the results.
Oh, you have the results. Do we have
the
intern
results.
Adrian? Is he on campus?
He is on campus.
Here.
I am here, Mike.
My goodness, there's some big news. Go ahead, Rob. You share it with
All right,
everybody.
let us start at position 168. Rob Ford came in 168th. Oscar Santana, 141st. How about in the money? Mike O'Meara taking home $10 this week.
$10.
34th place. Woo!
Double my money, double my money, double my money, cause I paid more attention than I normally do. Yes, I paid. You can turn that music down.
In 34th, Mike, in third place with 136 points, Tree Kickin' Mad won $100.
Yes.
And in first place, Junie Chavo won $300, but that's not our big story. Our
That's right.
big story is our second place winner winning $200, the only intern to ever make money during their internship on the Mike O'Mara Show. Intern Adrian with 144 points, second place in the league, $200 winner.
Thank you. Adrian, how do you feel? How does it feel? Pretty amazing win for you this week.
I feel great. First, I would like to thank Oscar because it was his technique that actually won me the money.
Thank you.
Please explain. I'm very curious about that. How did that work?
Well, it was Thursday night, and I started panicking because I knew I had to set my lineup. So I just set up a dummy league like Oscar usually does.
Yeah.
And it turned out
a placeholding lineup.
Exactly. Yep. And I totally forgot about Sunday to update my lineup, and it was that lineup that became the second place $200 winning lineup.
It was sheer dumb luck.
Oh my
God! Dumb luck. The dummy lineup, for those of you that are new to this game, is simply just a placeholder of players you think could fit within the budget. That's it. And then he won $150. $200.
Wow.
So really pisses me off.
I'm very happy for the intern that he participated.
What the hell? Congratulations.
Well done. With 250 people in that league, I mean, your odds are really neat. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, Mike, he didn't even think about it, and he won.
No, he didn't even think about it.
But that's just this week, though. I usually do my research. I have a sheet of paper I can show you guys that shows all my...
I hope to see that.
How about you burn that piece of paper?
Yeah,
you
burn
it.
Roll it up and smoke
motivate
it.
you. Rob Spiewak, this might motivate you. My investment this week, I played the $6 million Sunday Million.
Yes.
For $25. That's the big investment.
Sure.
Right? Doubled my money. $50.
What?
Did you really? Did you run the same lineup on both pools?
I did on all my leagues.
Do you have a John Anthony, or are you picking these teams yourself?
I picked my team. This team was picked entirely by me
Whoa.
with the research and
what
everything.
strategies did you use?
Last minute quarterback changes that that didn't prove to be that fruitful. Here's the thing. This is what I learned about fantasy football. And anybody, you're laughing at me if you play all the time, but I'm going to tell you this. My feeling was that for a lot of these leagues, that the only way you're going to be really in the money is if somebody just has, you pick 4 guys that have career days.
Right.
That's not the case. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. Everybody can have kind of a meh day. And you get so I entered one league for 25, one for 2, one for 10, and the Mike O'Mara Show FanDuel League for 5. I won $10, $30, $4, and $50.
Damn.
94
bucks. I won 94 bucks.
I've never won that much.
Wow, that's excellent.
It was so much. I am possessed. This is Carla is there literally now. I am all in now. You might say, "Hey, welcome to the party." Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've done fantasy football on the shows for years.
Yep.
And I've had people like RoFo get into it with me and do it. But this is the first time I really dove in. 2 weeks in a row. This is my second week where I was really doing it on my own. And it's fascinating. It really is fascinating because you never know what's really going to happen. And the players that drive you insane, like Russell Wilson, I was screaming at the TV because he wasn't throwing the ball to Jimmy Graham, the tight end, last night. I'm going, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's one of the best tight ends in football. You son of a bitch, Russell. Well, you begin to...
It does make the game so much more fun.
It does.
Oh, and you hate like there's nobody's business. You delightfully hate during the entire time. But I will tell you this, unless I figure out a way to do it, it does not allow me to understand, to enjoy a regular game. I'm used to watching my teams play, sitting back and relaxing and watching the team.
What you need to do is you need to power down the computer while your Giants are playing.
It's not.
Then power it back up and then hate.
It's not the same.
I didn't even watch the Giants game at all.
Look,
really?
Again, you watch a game that has no consequence for you whatsoever.
None.
It could be 2 teams you could have never thought of. But
Daddy never made you root for this team.
But
you have no
you'll
dog in that
start rooting
fight.
for the kicker.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
like you'll sit there, like you said. So Carlos say something like, "So you want Seattle to do well?" And I'll say, Technically,
Yeah.
and so,
I would like Seattle to score 45 points with field goals. I would like 15 field goals, and while we're at it, I would like. I really am rooting for special teams.
Yes.
I would love to see a return for a touchdown.
So Colin has this conversation with me last night where I said, "Well, he wants Seattle right now. I want him to score a touchdown," and then he throws this long bomb and he scores a touchdown, and I go, "Oh." What? He said, "It wasn't my guy." And the worst thing if you got a receiver and you're inside the red zone, you got a receiver and you're inside the red zone. The worst thing that happens is a running touchdown. You sit there and go, By the way, this bit probably would have been great 15 years ago when fantasy football came on. But look, it's new to me. I'm getting into it, and I will continue to do that.
Rob and I were talking off air that this is the first year where all three of us are in,
yeah.
And it's made it so much more fun because I'll see where you guys are ranking through the weekend. Like I will search you guys out.
And you go and you suss it out and you find it. And the other thing that's so cool, it really is so much more fun than a league where you have to draft at the beginning of the season and stay with that same team because you can be so burned by week 8 that you've just given up.
And
every week is new. It's so much fun.
Adrian is giving me hope. If that dummy can throw in a dummy lineup and win $200, anything's possible.
And there's a little controversy in the fantasy football world now. Big story coming out about guys inside knowing stuff and doing. You know what? That doesn't mean anything to anybody that plays fantasy football. It won't make a blip. It won't make a blip because people are just like, no, I don't care. I still want. And
there's insider trading in stocks, and we don't stop trading.
Exactly. But the thing is, hey, and look, if there's something going on that's hinky, I hope they whack them and they figure out what's going on. But I will tell you this, that $94 that I have won this weekend is the greatest winning money I have. I've never been more excited about it. And now,
is it your favorite money you've ever earned? In your entire life?
Next to picking tobacco. It was absolutely incredible.
True enough. And are you still on the fantasy tobacco picking league?
Yes, the fantasy tobacco picking that I want there. Okay, before we get out of here, a couple of things that everybody's talking about. I'm not sure that I want Mickey D's breakfast at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Mickey D's breakfast for me is, I think for anybody, when you want to have breakfast is at night, right? You want to have breakfast
for dinner
and later. The idea of 24-hour breakfast, I would be happier with the 24-hour menu at all times. I would love to grab a burger at 8 o'clock in the morning sometime.
Yeah, you know
what? You understand? Does that make any sense?
Yes.
I think that Matt Lauer kind of tipped his hand today about something that he does. He said, "This is good, but what I need..."
Oh, when he said he always masturbates in the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah, he does.
It's fun.
With Hoda. He said that hangover sufferers need Big Macs at 8 in the morning. And it's he's saying what you're saying.
Yes.
Why can't they just have a standard menu all day long? That's what they should do.
Because that's what Jack in the Box has on the West Coast. It's really nothing new for the people on the West Coast.
Right.
But on the East Coast, we don't have Jack in the Box, right? But if you have an all-day...
Jack in the Box, by the way, that's the code word that Matt Lauer uses for the parking lot.
On all-day, all-night menu... And if you live in New York City, I don't think you even care about this. But in the burbs, and here in D.C., at least I care. Like, I want to know that I could go in and I could choose anything off the menu. Just like when I go to through a McDonald's drive-thru late at night.
Right.
They have a late-night menu, and it's selective. But I'm hoping they have what I want, right?
Yeah, look, McDonald's, you're worried about market share, right? We're all aware of that. We're all aware of the fact that you got to try harder, that you're trying new things, you're trying new foods. The bottom line is, okay, it's McDonald's. You have a limited menu, an extremely limited menu compared to other restaurants. Serve everything all the time. That's it. Don't just nickel and dime it. By the way, the high calorie item, and we'll have the items in the news that are the most high calorie breakfast items that you can get on the 24-hour breakfast menu at McDonald's. The fact is, I think it would be better if they just went, look, everybody's got different tastes all the time. I don't think you're going to be knocking out a lot of sausage and egg breakfast at 12 o'clock when the guys are coming in from work. You know what I mean? I don't think that's going to happen, but they're making a big deal about it because it's corporate America. McDonald's has that pipeline, that PR pipeline where this still becomes a legitimate news story.
They're capitalizing on the novelty of it, even if it's a bad idea. I mean, we're all talking about it, and it's not.
We're talking about it because it's there, but McDonald's. I'll be honest with you, it's become less a part of my life over the last few years. I mean, I don't pay that much attention to it.
I hate
don't
McDonald's.
consider it the go-to like I used to.
It's not your number one seat still?
Oh God, number one seat. Carla, to be honest, yesterday it is so controlled. I'm not losing a ton of weight up here, but I'm not gaining any weight up here. And the reason that's happening...
But you've been on a downward curve for a while.
Downward, but I plateaued, and then, really just kind of keeping... not gaining is almost more important with stuff going on. Carla does not really allow... The idea of going into a drive-thru and ordering a burger... It's extremely rare for me this summer to be able to do that. Used to love to do it all the time, but look at me. I mean, I can look in the mirror. The fact is, I just don't do it as much. And even when I got my Carla looked at me. She said, "You know how you said you wanted to have that one bad meal before we leave?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Go and do it today." And I went down to the local stand, which is right off the main road right there, the Jordan's, which
it's
is
great.
And fried clams. That's what I had. I had fried clams, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't had fried clams, they are fantastic. Absolutely. I had this is the bad lunch throwing calories to the wind.
Good.
This is what I had.
Why was yesterday the go-to day?
We only have a couple more days here.
I gotcha.
So this is it. And
I bet it was because Carla said if I throw it to him without preparation, he won't really be able to plan it out. Do you think there was any of that?
No, she just said, go ahead. She knew I was feeling under. I got a little cold, and so I was feeling under the weather, and she said, go ahead and go and grab yourself the fried clams. And I went there, had the fried clam dinner. That comes with a little coleslaw and the French fries. And then
they have the, and you know what? I know Jordan's, and they have the crinkle cut fries.
Yes,
they are excellent.
You remembered that?
Of
wow!
course,
you don't think he remembered that?
No, the crinkle cut fries.
Yeah, Mike, I could drive there with my eyes shut.
You better have plenty of ketchup for the crinkle cut fries. Is everything okay, Pony?
Everything's fine.
The camera.
Yeah.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, he's just fixing something.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, so the clams, French fries, then I had the coleslaw, and then I was done with that, and I had dessert. I had a double Moose Tracks ice cream cone with a sugar cone.
Oh, you went to dessert afterwards?
Oh, I was militantly fat. When I went back up to the window, she says, 2 scoops? I said, hey. And I just put my hands up in the air. I went, hey. And she said, sugar cone or regular cone? I said, sugar cone. And I used the fat voice for her, for the lovely lady behind the counter. And then I
do you get that? Do you get the feeling, Mike, when they ask questions like sometimes, like when I get a mocha at Starbucks, and they say, "Do you want whipped cream?" I usually say, "You got to ask." Because
I
mean,
well, that's,
they're playing with you. They're
playing a game, but maybe they're supposed to ask that question. Then this was the quote, because some might say when you're eating healthy, when you're eating healthy, you might say after a meal like that, you would come home and say to your wife, you know, it's just not worth it. I felt horrible. I don't know how people can eat like that. And so Carla said, how was your lunch? And that is with the French fries, the fried clams, the coleslaw, the double scoop of Moose Tracks, which, by the way, is not ice cream so much as it's a candy delivery system.
Yeah, a vehicle for getting you the chocolate candy.
It is ice cream bound around mini peanut butter cups designed so you can eat. So I drive home.
Mike, it's Diabetic Mortar.
It's Diabetic Mortar, exactly. She says to me, how was your lunch? Probably expecting a response. Right. Probably not really worth it, but I had a good time. No, that wasn't my answer. My answer was as follows. How was my lunch? That is the most satisfying meal I have had since I've been up here this summer. Do you know how much Carla has cooked for me? I didn't mean to insult her, but she said with but you know something? It made the zucchini fake pasta extra special last night.
I bet.
It truly did.
Yeah, I glanced at that. I thought it was real noodles for a sec.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
It sure does.
iPhone camera.
But
yippers.
You know what? Here's something that Oscar will never understand, Mike. It's always worth it.
Yeah.
It is always worth it.
No, pancakes are never worth it.
At the time, they are.
When I eat a stack of pancakes, the rare occasion that I do that, I feel like I'm going to die an hour later.
But my time machine to when you're pouring the syrup. It's always worth
What
it.
about one pancake?
And pancake?
What about one pancake? Why don't you have one French fry? For God's sake.
As
My
I
God,
said,
you old queen.
he'll never understand.
Yeah. All I know is when I have a stack of pancakes, an hour later, my son will say, "Daddy, Daddy," and Daddy's going. Anyway, we will take a break.
He's holding a mirror under your nose.
We'll come back with more fun and more thrills. We'll talk about some really good food here in a second on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi, this is Carla O'Mara, and I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about Rob Spiewak's bag.
Yeah.
Rob loves a lot of things, but what he loves more than anything is having listeners fill up his bag week after week with wonderful messages. Would you be a sweetie and drop Rob a message for his bag? Send it right along to Rob at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Don't forget the 2 B's. Who knows? Rob might reach into his bag and pluck out a message from Y-O-U. Please, help Rob with his bag. Because if you don't, he might ignore it. And then it'll start to stink.
Oh.
Thank you.
I like that until the end.
Yeah, it wasn't worth
Welcome
it.
back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We want to tell you about Blue Apron, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Apron has truly changed the way we cook and eat in our household. Carla genuinely looks forward to cooking dinner now, nearly as much as I look forward to eating it. We were talking about food that's not good for you. How about food that's good for you? Here it is. Cumin Sichuan beef and noodles right there.
Yum.
That is hearty. That is delicious. That is a true meal, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the best part. 700 calories per serving. Yeah, it's astonishing how good they make this food with delicious ingredients. I love Blue Apron. They send perfectly proportioned ingredients, so there's no measuring, no waste, and no trips to the grocery store for that last-minute ingredient. And speaking of ingredients, it seems like every meal Blue Apron sends introduce us to some new delicious ingredient that we never knew existed. So we're eating well, and we're getting smarter. We never would have made something like that in the house before. It's fantastic. You can make each Blue Apron meal in a half an hour. The menu is forever changing, and shipping is free. Blue Apron works with your preferences and schedule, and they only use the best seasonal ingredients for incredible meals like that delicious Szechuan beef. I love it. The noodles were fantastic. Blue Apron, the quality and freshness will blow you away. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Check out this week's menu and get your first 2 meals free by going to blueapron.com/TMOS. Our treat, no fooling, the first 2 meals are on us when you go to blueapron.com/TMOS. Do it today.
News.
Boo. All right, people. A new study out of Australia analyzed people's happiness over their lives. Here are the 3 things they found.
Okay.
You're happiest, number 1, you're happiest from ages 15 to 24. Then you start getting more miserable. Number 2, things keep getting worse until your 40s when it bottoms out and stays low.
Nice.
Number 3, once you hit your 60s, you start getting happier again. And by 75, you're as happy as you were when you were 20. I like this. That gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You get to bounce back?
The researchers had one main conclusion. Responsibilities are the worst. When you're working, raising kids, and under stress, you're the most unhappy. So in the ages before and after all that stress, life is absolutely great. And that's the way that goes.
How old were you when you first got married, your first marriage?
Mid-20s.
Yeah, I was 25 as well, and that's funny. That's when you start getting sad. Huh?
You get sad.
How about that?
Telling the truth. That's the way it goes. Sorry. When the man speaks the truth. Anyway, the line at Chipotle can get pretty long, so just imagine how brutal it'll be when the burritos are half price.
Hey!
Whoa!
Look
Half-price
out!
burritos. Chipotle is selling burritos for just $3 on Halloween.
Oh.
That's more than half off the regular price. The sale starts at 5 p.m. on the 31st.
Are they haunted burritos?
It'll be a scary
burritos.
Hey, I like it when big retail does something special for people. Who cares, right?
I think I'm going to go buy a lot of them and hand them out to trick-or-treaters.
I'd love to get a burrito for Halloween. But to get the discount, you have to wear... Why am I so hungry on the show today? You have to wear a costume, and you have to bring a, quote, Unnecessary addition. That, what, a prop or something? I don't
Maybe.
get it. I don't know what it means. It says you need a weird prop. That's what they say. If you dress up as like a sexy cat, you have to bring a fake sword or wear swimming goggles or something like that. So that's the way it works. Basically, just grab something out of your car as you're walking in. It'll probably be too hectic for them to be all strict about the policy. So that's what you're supposed to do for burrito lovers.
Are you dressing up this year, Oscar?
Of course.
Excellent.
It's a surprise.
They're having a party. Big O.
Yeah, I have it.
It would not be a month where the Mike O'Mara Show was doing something publicly when Big O and Dukes weren't doing something publicly. That is every single event we have ever had. Not within the week. No, they're nice enough to give me a week's notice. But no, during the month, every single time. So that's
He's
what
right.
they're doing.
We just like to work so hard. I can't tell you why.
They give.
Yeah. You getting paid for that? Are you getting paid for that Hordeween?
Yeah, we're releasing our fall beer with Matt Fox, the company that we hooked you up with for your event. Yes.
All right, very good. So now that you can stuff your face with sausage 24/7, we thought we'd toss in a little knowledge. Here are the 3 least healthy Mickey D's breakfasts that you can get all day now.
All right.
Number 1, hotcakes and sausage, 520 calories, 24 grams of fat, and 61 grams of carbs. Sausage biscuit with egg, 510 calories, 33 grams of fat, which is more fat than the hotcakes and sausage, but about half as many carbs.
Okay.
You can also get a sausage biscuit without egg, which is 440 calories. Number 3, the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, 460 calories and 26 grams of fat. Overall, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel is the least healthy McDonald's breakfast.
That surprises me because, you know, McDonald's, when I think McDonald's, I think steak.
Have you ever had the I used to have the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
Oh, no. I think the bacon bagel is where I went.
I'm pretty sure the steak is donkey meat. I'm convinced.
It's really weird.
What?
It's gross.
What did he say again? He did another one.
Said, what is going on with your voice?
I'm pretty sure the steak is donkey meat.
I said, I'm pretty sure it's donkey meat.
Hey, RoFo, honestly.
Yeah.
We're family here, right?
Okay.
Are you doing something with your voice?
No, not at all.
Is a good thing?
No, Rob's running some weird processing over there behind everybody's back.
No. Everybody else sounds. Adrian sounded fine.
From now on, use your Tony Perkins show voice.
I'm on that microphone.
All right, hold on. I am such a bad saver. I truly.
What do you mean?
You know, I'm just looking for something here.
Oh, I know what you're looking for. It'll be worth the wait.
To get it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to find this for you. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Seriously, are you doing something to affect your?
No, not at all.
No, honestly. All right.
No, not at all.
Because have you ever seen Radio Days?
No.
Yes. Okay, there's a character in Radio Days that has a thick accent.
Right.
That you can't get over. She takes diction lessons, right?
It's I believe it is it's what's her name? It's
okay.
Woody Allen's wife.
Well,
Mia Farrow.
Okay,
Mia Farrow,
it's Mia Farrow, right?
Okay.
And she's working hard, she's doing everything, but she's not getting the parts,
Okay.
right? And when I think of you in broadcasting, I think of you as Mia Farrow in Radio Days, where I was like, if he's working as hard as he can, if someone could just help him with his radio voice,
too. That is such a great
wonderful
scene.
then you would break
Working on
out,
her
right?
elocution.
Now
We have a clip from Radio Days.
Oh,
when
good.
Mia Farrow is in the
Thank
studio.
you.
Let's
Here we
listen.
go.
Here we go. All right, it's gonna. Here we go.
So you
Hold on.
substitute ashtrays?
Let's hear it again, shall we?
All right.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Here it comes. All right. Or I guess it's not. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I played it once. I was successful to play it once.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I liked it.
But Rob, do this.
Yes.
First of all, say hi.
Hi.
Now go hi.
Hi.
I don't know. What do you think?
In the middle.
Somewhere
that would
in the
sound
middle.
natural.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Hi.
That's it. What you need, you need to start watching the show Modern Family. Don't sound like the boyfriend that she doesn't pay attention to. The guy that takes care of the little boy. The what's his name? Andy Devine. Adam Devine.
Your wit is perfect, and I think the voice.
Perfect.
Because I think he's quick, right? You don't have to tell him to be any quicker. Like he really is spot on. What I would say is this, and a voice doesn't make the broadcaster, but it helps. So, and as a young broadcaster, you will evolve into your own voice.
Right.
But right now, there is so much saliva in the way of what you're trying to say. We have to work on a way to actually have you enunciate.
Maybe too much power drinking. Because he has the power drink every day. What are you drinking today?
I have the NOS Zero Charged Citrus.
Yeah. So what if we did this?
Yes.
Next time you come in, you bring a few cotton balls.
Okay.
Right? We shove them right into your gullet on the sides of your mouth, like you were at the dentist.
Just left and right or top two?
Just left and right.
Okay.
Yeah,
not,
don't be
it's
silly.
not to affect your speech, but to soak up some moisture.
Okay.
Yeah, and he'd also look like Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
And then we'll see if that works.
Okay. So it's just too much moisture in my mouth.
It may be that nos may be creating, maybe having your saliva glands working overtime.
Okay.
Fair?
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I appreciate the tips.
Can you turn that up a little bit for us, please?
I'm trying. I'm trying. It's like super. It's super low volume when I got it here. Hold on just a second. Let's see. I'll try to get it for you. There we go.
So you substitute ashtrays?
Oh, that's much better. Thank you.
So you substitute ashtrays?
Thank you very much. Let's move on.
What's he trying to say?
By the way, during that entire segment, I just put that into my soundboard. Thank you very much.
That's
I'm a little bit more skilled with that. But anyway, getting back to the McDonald's story, steak and egg and cheese bagel, the least healthy. The healthiest all-day options, fruit and yogurt parfait has the fewest calories with 150. But if you want a sandwich, it's the classic Egg McMuffin, 300 calories and 12 grams of
What was
fat.
it? Remember that diet, the Zone diet, that was hot for like 20 minutes?
Yeah,
the Zone
protein
diet
diet.
said that the Egg McMuffin was the most perfectly balanced meal you could get in a fast food restaurant.
Oh.
Everything about it was perfect. So not
Now,
bad.
more fast food news. Burger King has been selling a Whopper with a black bun. You've seen the ads for this.
Oh, yeah,
they've been doing it for
spooky.
years in other countries, and people ask them to bring it to America. Well, maybe we should have left it in Asia. Some people are finding that there's a weird side effect for the black bun on Halloween on the Whopper. It's turning their poop green.
I had it yesterday. I had the Whopper yesterday, and this morning it was green.
Wow.
Oh boy.
That's a big win.
That is.
That's good. I don't have to read the rest of the story with that.
It's the
great.
color of little green army men.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's, that is so nasty.
And one of
because
them
it's
was
food coloring.
Mike, and one of them was holding a rifle.
Toy Story.
The ingredients for the bun, in case you're curious, are A1 steak sauce and 4 different food colorings. So somehow they're teaming up to have this side effect that RoFo talked about. with the
There's
green
no
food.
A1 in there. There might be 1% A1, and it's all food coloring.
It's all artificial. It's
Yeah.
lovely. That's now if we can all just get that picture out.
Does
of
it
our
taste
head.
good?
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like the regular A1 burger. It just has a black bun.
Nice. Nice.
Kim Kardashian is not one of those women who wants you to believe pregnancy is like heaven on earth. In a new blog post, she says, quote, "I'm going to keep it real. For me, pregnancy is the worst experience of my life. I don't enjoy one moment of it, and I don't understand people who enjoy it. Maybe it's the swelling, the backaches, or just the complete mind F, how your body expands and nothing fits. I just always feel like I'm not in my own skin. People just don't tell you all the gross things that happen during pregnancy after all. Do you know you basically have to wear a diaper for 2 months afterwards? No one told me that. Hashtag so sexy."
You know what? You don't have to wear a diaper for 2 months afterwards.
No.
Maybe that's
Thank
something.
you, Rob.
Maybe
That's
she's
true.
eating a lot of Burger King.
I have a direct quote from Carla O'Mara. Her quote is, quote, this is hers.
Okay.
"It's the only time I truly felt 100% sexy," unquote.
Wow.
So shove it, fat ass. There you go. Okay? Thank you very much. Just wanted to pass that along to KK. And now a little something, something. A man caught placing his iPhone under the skirt of a Publix shopper told police he was actually taking pictures of cakes for his wife and not engaging in some felonious supermarket voyeurism. According to a police report, the female victim told officers that she caught Michael Shokri, 48, filming up her skirt as she shopped Thursday night at the Palm Harbor, Florida Publix.
Nice.
The woman confronted Shokri, reported cops who noted that the store surveillance captured this act as well. When a sheriff's deputy questioned Shokri, he claimed to be taking pictures of cakes for his wife. Shokri lives about a half mile from the public supermarket. The report does not detail why Shokri's purported spouse needed a gallery of cake images. Because he didn't get to that. Though the deputy did point out that Shokri's iPhone handiwork occurred in the deli by the hot chicken, not the bakery. Yeah. Well, he couldn't even lie well. You don't tell him you were taking pictures of cakes. You tell him you were taking pictures of muffins. There you go. Thank you very much. We'll take a break and come back with the Audio Vault. Rob Spewak right here on the Michael Mara Show.
Hi, this is the internet Steve Mermelstein. Did you know it's almost time for the highlight of your year? Get ready, my children, because the entire TMOS gang is coming to the Mad Fox Tap Room in Glover Park, Washington, D.C., USA, Wednesday, October 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. Come hang out with Mike, Oscar, Rob, and the whole gang. The Mad Fox Tap Room is conveniently located at 2218 Wisconsin Avenue Northwest. For directions, check out madfoxbrewing.com. But it's easy to find. It's right across the street from the Bagel Bakery. So come out for the meet and greet. It's truly a mitzvah. Mermelstein out.
All right, a little funny for you.
Yeah.
This is a little homework assignment for you when we're done with the show today. Isolate just the address of the Mad Fox Tap Room, and we'll just play that tomorrow.
Okay.
That could be big fun.
You'd like to have that perhaps dry?
Yes, that'd be very dry.
Yes.
Like Mermelstein.
Yeah.
Mermelstein. Welcome back to the Mike O'Barry Show. Rock Magic Audio Vault is brought to you by Stamps.com.
Oh,
Most of us
good.
are trying to find more time every day just to get everything done. One thing I know for sure, you can't let tedious trips to the post office slow you down. The solution is Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, you can buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package right from your desk with your own computer and printer. Stamps.com will send you a digital scale so you can automatically calculate the exact postage required for any letter, any package, any class of mail. Just print the postage you need, stick it on, and then hand it to your mail carrier. You are done.
Baby.
You are there.
Yeah, baby.
How easy is that? You'll never waste your valuable time at the post office again, which is good because you've got better things to do. We've used Stamps.com for years. You should too. It keeps all of our little travels together from our Maine pipeline, our Florida pipeline. Right now, use our special promo code TMOS for this special offer, a 4-week trial plus a $110 bonus offer that includes postage and a digital scale. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in TMOS. That's Stamps.com and TMOS. You will never have to go to the post office again.
So you substitute ashtray?
That's right, absolutely. Thank you, RoFo. Let's open up the audio vault for Tuesday, October 6th, 2015.
So you substitute ashtrays?
One of my favorite things in radio, you don't hear much anymore, are jingles. I've always loved radio jingles. And a guy got a tape of the old Kmart Muzak system from the 1990s. Did you know that Kmart had its own radio jingles for their Muzak system and a fake radio station called...
I know that we did some shtick in Kmart years ago, but I didn't know they had their own jingle.
But they had a fake radio station, KMRT.
The best to you from Kmart Radio. KMRT.
So you substitute ashtrays?
It is so 90s.
Can you play the jingle? I want to do the RoFo talk.
Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. Actually, can I play it into a 90s record?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I thought I found a record that goes really well with it. Here we go.
The best to you from Kmart Radio. KMRT.
So you substitute ashtrays?
There you go. What's the song?
No Rain by Blind Melon. I thought this would be a perfect Kmart 90s.
Good timing.
Yeah, good stuff.
Very, very.
But anyway, so listen for that on all your new favorite Kmart stations.
Instead of... So they programmed their music inside the store?
Yeah, they had jingles.
Wow.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, the worst thing possible happened on Dancing with the Stars last night. Gary Busey was voted off. So there is now no reason to watch the show. But what's funny, apparently throughout the weeks, I just check in sporadically, Gary has a big deal with the mathematics of the voting because your best possible score is 30 to get 3 10s. Last night he got a 16 of 30, and here's Gary Busey analyzing his score.
Well, what you do when you use numbers to judge somebody's dance score is not the truth of the heart of the dance. Because the heart of the dance from all these contestants makes sense to the viewer and the songwriter and the singer and the dancing. The judges aren't dancing our dance, and we're not judging their judgmentship.
Stop it for a second.
There's nothing wrong with...
Hold on for a second. That's canned applause. That's dubbed in applause. As sure as I am sitting here, that is dubbed in applause.
I have no doubt.
That was a dubbed in applause track in post-production. Listen to it. Play it again.
Well, you know what? They'd have to be doing it live, though, because it is a live
They're dubbing
show.
it in live. They're
wow,
dubbing it.
So there's
Tell me if you don't think I've heard it a million times.
What you do when you use numbers to judge somebody's dance score is not the truth of the heart of the dance. because the heart of the dance from all these contestants makes sense to the viewer.
I think you're right.
The songwriter,
Really
because the timing is just
and
off.
the dancing.
Yeah, the timing.
The judges
very,
aren't
very
dancing our dance, and we're not judging their judgmentship. There's nothing wrong with anything.
He's playing to a
Everything's beautiful,
silent
and we
room.
are
He
very
is.
Swear to God.
And you know what? God bless them because that makes him seem less crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that was silent, that's no good.
Museums.
Now, did you know that KISS will continue long after Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and all of them are gone?
Thank
Paul
God.
Stanley explains, Mike, they're like a football team.
I have to say, KISS is somewhat like a football team. Or an army. You know, if somebody falls by the wayside, somebody else picks up the flag and runs. You know, if somebody's out on the football team, somebody else comes along. I don't think that when you go to see your favorite football team, you're yelling out, you know, that you want to see somebody who was in the team 20 years ago. Time moves on, but the team lives on.
Yes,
as much as
you know what this is?
What?
And I wish to live on a private island with
Right.
billion-dollar jets until I'm 99 years old.
And I'm going to
That's
keep
what that's
hiring
about.
18-year-olds to
Exactly.
slather on the makeup.
They want to be. They want to. And I'll tell you, the football players for the KISS Army that play down there aren't going to make the same thing that the KISS guys make now.
No.
That's the way that's going to
Well,
work.
you know, when
yeah.
you go to like the KISS conventions and stuff, they don't even put on the makeup anymore. They hire people to do that.
Right.
Then they just come out, and then you buy your KISS casket.
The KISS Army. I think if you get the KISS Army, they're going to have a fantastic time.
And we close, Mike, with all the renewed interest in Star Wars. More memorabilia is hitting the auction block.
Princess Leia's slave bikini from Return of the Jedi has sold at auction for $96,000. The bikini is perfectly intact, as is the buyer's virginity.
And before we close, I just got a text from Rob Caldwell. Part 1 airs tonight at 7 p.m. Part 2 tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Watch Mike O'Mara on television.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
That is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
That's it. Another Mike O'Mara Show come and gone. Be sure to join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with the show with a letter or package, send it to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. To get your message or birthday request into the Wednesday mailbag, it's
Tomorrow.
Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And we rely on your word of mouth. Tell the world about the fact that we're going to be at the Mad Fox Brew Pub in Glover Park Wednesday, October 14th from 6 to 9. We want to see all of you out there in D.C. If you work downtown, before you go home, pop by and see us.
Yes.
We'd love to meet you. Remember, for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Hey, not so fast, Mr. Big Shot. I got to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is the best way to shop for anything and everything. So, shop Amazon and use our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Now go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.